Hey, you've got to set up Microsoft Entra ID Connect. Great, we've done it. And we want to save you from some headaches and make it cookbook easy. Look, the wizard seems simple enough. Click, click, done, right? Yeah, not quite. Wizards are usually complex guys, right? Why does Microsoft give us wizards like it's a good thing? There are definitely a few landmines waiting for you, and stepping on them means starting over, or worse, a half-broken sink that haunts you for months. And if you're trying to do this for a client, you want to know what you're doing. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you what actually matters. For the full step-by-step with all the screenshots, check the link in the description. Where are you installing Entra Connect? Please, please don't say your domain controller. I know it's right there. It's already running Active Directory. It's all logged in with the right privileges. It seems logical, but here's the thing. The sync service stores credentials locally. It has elevated permissions. So if someone compromises your DC, they now have the keys to your on-prem kingdom and your cloud sync, the whole universe. That's a 2-for-1 deal that no admin wants. Plus, Entra Connect installs SQL Server Express and a database. It does resource-heavy sync operations. Your poor domain controller is already working hard. Don't make it moonlight as a sync server too. Install it on a dedicated member server, or your Exchange server, or literally any other Windows server you have sitting around. Putting it on your domain controller would be in case of emergency, break glass only type of option. Second big mistake is thinking you can use one admin account for everything. The wizard asks for credentials at multiple points, and each one needs a different type of account. Use the wrong type, you'll get blocked. Use an overprivileged account where you shouldn't, security risk. I've got a whole separate video breaking down the accounts you need to help deep dive into that. But the short version is create your accounts before you start this wizard. You need a service account, a cloud admin, an on-prem connector account, and if you're going to do SSO setup, you need a domain admin account too. That's 4 different accounts for 4 different purposes. Check the description for the accounts video. It's short like this one and helpful to watch first if you haven't set these up yet. All right, let's get into it. Head to entra.microsoft.com on your target server. Then go to Identity, Microsoft Entra Connect. You'll see 2 options here, Cloud Sync and Connect Sync. If you're not sure which one you need, I've got another video for that too. But spoiler alert, if you have Exchange on-prem or need to do device write back, you're going to be choosing Connect Sync. Download Connect Sync and run the installer. We open at the welcome screen with the progress tracker on the left. And jumping right in at step 2, we have our first decision point, Express Settings. You'll see this nice, friendly Express Settings button. It's tempting, it's right there, it promises to handle everything for you. Don't click it. Express Mode syncs your entire forest, every OU, every container, everything. Unless you want your test accounts, service accounts, and that weird OU someone made back in 2012, all syncing up to your pristine cloud, then click Customize and control the options yourself. Next, on the Required Components section, check Use an existing service account and plug your sync service account in. You know, the one you created before getting to this point because you watched the accounts video. At the user sign-in screen, choose your sign-on method. We recommend to use password hash synchronization. It's the most modern and keeps things simple for the users. Also on this screen, you can select to enable single sign-on for your corporate users, and we recommend checking this off too. You'll be asked for an account to authorize this later in the process. Next up, connect to Microsoft Entra ID. This is where you enter your cloud admin account, the one with the hybrid identity administrator role assigned to it. You'll likely be asked to complete MFA here if you've set things up correctly and logged in with that account already. Now connect your directories. Don't use your admin credentials here. Select Use Existing AD Account and enter your connector account, that basic domain user you created for this very purpose. This brings us to 3 out of the 4 accounts that we've plugged in already. Next, it should retrieve your directory schema and show you a nice green arrow for your domain. Next, the wizard is showing you the status of your domains, or more specifically, the UPN suffixes it sees in your on-prem AD forest, and if they are verified and showing up in the cloud or not. Basically, you want to make sure that the domain you wish to use in the cloud is showing here and is verified. Additionally, you have an option to change the attribute used for usernames, and unless you're doing something super special, custom, you really shouldn't need to change this, so just leave it as is. You'll also need to check the box at the bottom to continue without matching all UPN suffixes to verified domains. Otherwise, that green next box won't light up for you. That warning is basically telling you if a user has a UPN that is not verified in the cloud, then they can't log on to Microsoft Cloud Services with that account. Next up is OU filtering. This is the good stuff. Choose sync selected domains in OUs and uncheck everything you don't need in the cloud. Bulletin, no, don't need it. Domain controllers, you don't want those up there. Definitely no. That random test OU, probably not. Only sync what actually needs to be in the cloud. We recommend creating a test OU with some test users in it specifically for this purpose to get comfortable with how things work. Okay, at this screen, again, unless you're doing something custom with your attributes across your on-prem and cloud, you don't want to change any of this stuff. Leave the defaults here and let Azure manage the source anchor for you. At the next screen, Filter Users and Devices, you're being presented with yet another method to control what gets synchronized to the cloud by using groups instead of synchronizing all users and devices. Since we used an organizational unit to group our users in, we're going to leave this setting as is with the Synchronize All Users and Devices option checked. You might want to rerun this wizard at some point later and take advantage of this feature, but for most cases, keeping things simple at first is the best route. Optional features. For optional features, enable what makes sense. Password write back if you have the licensing, and definitely Exchange Hybrid if you're migrating mailboxes to the cloud as your next move. Enable single sign-on. Remember how we checked that box at the beginning to enable? Here's our chance. You'll need to enter that fourth and final account credentials using a domain admin account. Once that authenticates, you'll need to respond to an additional MFA prompt from your hybrid admin account to enable SSO in the cloud. And finally, on the next screen, keep the box ticked for Start Synchronization when complete. Click Install. Wait a few minutes and done! You should see a configuration complete screen with several additional tips to follow, especially the one about the recycle bin and TPM enablement. So the wizard waved his wand, or you waved your wand, confetti falls, you feel accomplished. Job done. But hold up, you're not done. And this is where like 80% of people mess up. Your connector account, the basic one you used for the AD Forest, doesn't actually have all its permissions yet. The wizard doesn't set them. You have to go in and do it manually. Skip this step and your sync will fail with cryptic permission errors. Open PowerShell as an admin on your Entra Connect server and run this script. Then run these commandlets. Replace the account name and the domain name with your settings. Type Y to confirm each one. If you enabled password write back or Exchange Hybrid, there will be additional commandlets. They're all in the detailed guide. Finally, kick off a sync. Okay, back to the Entra Admin Center. Go to Users, All Users, give it a few minutes, and you should see your on-prem users showing up with the directory sync marked as yes. If they're not appearing, double check your OU filtering, make sure you ran those PowerShell commandlets correct, and give it up to 10 minutes for the initial sync to finish. If you're getting errors about Enterprise Admin not being allowed, you might have used the wrong account type. Create a basic user and try the wizard again. Okay, let's recap the important stuff. Number 1, don't install this on your domain controller. Number 2, create your accounts before you run the setup and know what each one does. Number 3, click Customize, not Express in step number 6. Number 4, don't forget to run the PowerShell commands for your directory sync admin account and assign those permissions after you run the setup. The full guide with all the screenshots is linked below. If this video gave you a head start, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for future IT guides made by real people making real clicks. Thanks and good luck with your deployment.